WSAV First News at 5 continues with your Storm Team 3 forecast, powered by live heart-rate Titan radar.
All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome back. It has been a very busy day across the coastal empire. We're really starting to see things start to shake up. Very warm and sunny earlier in the day, but man, that has just gone downhill. As we take a look at our live heart-rate and Titan radar, you can see some scattered shower activity working its way as that cold front continues to move on across the coastal empire. We're picking up some light rain showers right around Glenville, also into Hinesville, and back down toward Waycross, and also into Darien, some light rain showers. But I think the bigger story, not the rain, it's the winds that's associated with this frontal boundary that is pushing on through. Take a look at some of these winds. We're looking at 24-mile-per-hour winds at Richmond Hill. Springfield, we're looking at 24, Bluffton, 23-mile-per-hour winds, and Whitmarsh Island, 24. So that's a good indication. It is going to be a very blustery evening for us. And after those winds, here comes the noticeably colder weather. 54 right now in Savannah, but as we look out toward the west, wow, 38 degrees in Birmingham. We're looking at 36 degrees in Memphis. So that cold air is headed to us, and we'll be monitoring it very carefully. In the meantime, here's a look at your fastcast for the rest of this evening, 6 p.m. Still very windy, some light rain showers across the area. Low 50s is going to be the forecast. Upper 50s right along the coast. We're looking at by 10 p.m. upper 40s. And I tell you what, when you step out tomorrow morning, you didn't need a jacket today, but you're going to need a jacket in the morning because temperatures will be in the mid-30s inland and upper 30s right along the coast. So our low temperature tonight will drop down to 36. We're looking at those temperatures really beginning to tumble. We'll see winds tapering off. Our winds are very gusty now, but as we work our way through the overnight hours, our winds will start to slack off. So we'll see more of a northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And take a look at the high temperature tomorrow, almost 16 degrees cooler tomorrow than it was today. Tomorrow's high 59 degrees, so significantly colder, a north wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, so you're going to notice a difference. Here's a look at your Storm Team 3 three-day forecast. We're looking at upper 50s for your high on Thursday. Thursday morning, 39, and then into Friday, look for a high of about 63 degrees. Going into the weekend on Saturday, looking at a high of 64 degrees. Holly, Andrew?
Oh, yeah, I felt it already, Andrew. Well, meteorologist Monica McNeal is in for Chris tonight. Monica, what can we expect a little later tonight?
Really expect later tonight for those temperatures to bottom out. We're expecting very, very cold weather. Let's take a look at what we are dealing with right now. We're in the low 50s right along the coast, 54 for Savannah, Hinesville 53 up toward the Statesboro area 50. But as you move further inland and you see that change of color from green to blues, that's an indication of the noticeably colder air that's going to be moving in. Dublin is at 46. So here's a look at your fastcast as you may need to step out for this evening. We're looking at temperatures in the low 50s at 7 p.m. and light rain, very, very windy. Winds between 15 and possibly 25 miles per hour at times. And then at 11 p.m. upper 40s right along the coast, mid 40s. And then tomorrow morning, boy, will you need to pull out that heavy coat because we're looking at 36 degrees. When we come back, we'll take a look at the rest of your forecast and see how low the temperatures are going to go. Back to you guys.
News 3 at 5:30 continues with your Storm Team 3 forecast, powered by live heart-rate Titan radar.
All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome back. A very strong cold front continues to push on through the coastal empire, and the cold front is so strong that it has prompted a wind advisory. We're looking at winds gusting between 25 and 39 miles per hour until about 8 p.m. So some very gusty winds are associated with the tail end of this cold front. Also associated with the cold front is some light rain showers that are moving through the area. The bulk of the energy is pulled up toward the north. So we're not going to be dealing with any snow or anything like that, and we really didn't get that much rainfall. We're more so concerned with the noticeably colder temperatures that are going to proceed behind that cold front. So 54 degrees right now in Savannah, but if you look more toward the west, Birmingham 38, Memphis 36 degrees, so that's almost 20 degrees colder. So here is a look at the weather headline for you. Tonight, the cold front will clear the area between 6 and 9. That's what we're dealing with. And by blustery winds, that's what we're going to be dealing with. Winds out of the west at about 15 to 20 miles, but some occasional gusts could get up to 30 miles per hour. Then a blast of cold air will dig in behind that cold front, 10 to 20 degrees colder, so it is going to be noticeably colder. By 7 p.m., we're looking at it continuing to be windy and cool. Temperatures in the low 50s right along the coast, about 56. By 11 p.m., temperatures in the upper 40s. And then tomorrow morning, as you head out, it's going to be 36 degrees. Other low temperatures for tonight across the low country, we're in the upper 30s, farther inland. 35 for you in Walterboro. We're looking at 34 in Hampton. Also, as we work our way further down the coast now, just to the west of I-95, those temperatures will be at the freezing mark. So Millen, Metter, and also Glenville, you're looking at 32 degrees right along the coast. We'll be in the mid-30s, 36 for Savannah. And a little bit further down the coast, 37 in Brunswick. We're looking at 36 in Darien and 32 in Baxley. Here's a look at your tonight forecast. 36 for your low, and those temperatures will continue to tumble. And let's take a look at that 3-day forecast to give you an idea of what you can expect. Here's tomorrow, upper 50s. I think I got more maps in there than I anticipated. All right, here's a look at your 3-day forecast. Upper 50s for tomorrow, and Thursday morning 39, by Friday 63, and Saturday. The good thing about this weather is that it's going to stick with us for a little while, for those folks who enjoy cooler temperatures.
Well, it is getting cool, that's for sure. We've been yo-yoing so much,
Oh,
you didn't know
goodness.
what to do.
I think the yo-yos are over.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Monica.
All right, Tina, just before I stepped out here, I checked out the weather observations, and between now and 3 o'clock, the temperatures have already dropped nearly 20 degrees, okay? So that's an indication of how low we're going. Our temperatures will continue to fall. Right now, it's 51 degrees in Savannah, but as we take a look a little further west, we're at 45 in Vidalia, Dublin 45, and Statesboro 48 degrees. So those temperatures are going to be much, much colder as we work our way through the rest of the night. By 8 p.m., we could see a few light rain showers, still very windy. Temperatures will be in the upper 40s inland, right along the coast, the low 50s as we work our way through the overnight hours. Those skies are going to clear, and by 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, our temperatures will be in the mid-30s. Some locations are going to be colder than that. We'll take a look at those, as well as take a look at your extended 7-day forecast.
Continues with your Storm Team 3 forecast, powered by live heart rate Titan radar.
Well, Monica McNeal is in for Chris tonight. And Monica, what a difference a couple of hours can make. When that cold front got here and boom,
You telling me, I checked the weather observations at about 3 o'clock. From 3 o'clock to now, the temperatures dropped 18 degrees.
Wow.
Yes, so a big difference in those temperatures. And you know what, folks? Those temperatures are only going to continue to tumble. Right now, it is 51 degrees in Savannah. Hinesville, your temperature is 50. But if you look further to the west, we're looking at 45 degrees in Dublin, 48 in Alma, and there is a wind advisory in Alma right now until 8 p.m. Winds between 25 and 35 miles per hour. Those are just the gust. All right, here is the bigger picture. Savannah 51, as we look out toward the west, there is that very cold polar air mass. We're calling it a polar blast because the air is very cold. So 39 degrees in Birmingham, we're looking at 36 in Memphis and 38 degrees in Nashville. Weather headline for you tonight. Cold front continues to clear the area between 6 and 9 o'clock. I believe by 9, the front will be well offshore. Blustery winds will stick with us for the rest of this evening. Winds gusting up to about 30 miles per hour at times. And then that blast of cold air will continue to dig in. 10 to 20 degrees colder is what we can expect. And here is the reason for the big change in the weather. Here is an upper level low. It continues to pull up the coast. There's a lot of cold air on the backside of that system, so that's why you see the snow. Then that cold air continues to wrap around behind it. And that's why our temperatures will continue to fall. Here's the trailing end of that cold front as it pushes off toward the east. Not expecting to see a whole lot in the way of rainfall for us, just very little in the way of rainfall. The bigger picture for us is the temperature difference. We're looking at 47 degrees at 8 p.m. with some light showers right along the coast, the low 50s. For midnight, we're looking at low 40s. As you step out the door tomorrow morning, wow, what a difference. This morning, no jacket, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, you better grab a jacket. You're going to need it. Here's a look at the future cast for you. So we do have the light rain showers that are in place. As we put the clock into motion for you, you can see through Thursday morning, things are relatively quiet, clear skies, and our temperatures are not going to warm up a whole lot because we got that cold air in place, and we're certainly looking at things remaining pretty quiet. So here is what you can expect for tonight. We're at 36 degrees for our low. Right along the coast, temperatures will be in the upper 30s. For tomorrow, 59. That's all we're going to get, significantly colder with a north wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's a look at your marine forecast. There's a gale warning in effect for tonight, but we're taking a look at what's going to happen for tomorrow. We're looking at north winds at 15 to 20 and visibility about 10 miles per hour. Highs tomorrow, again, in the upper 50s. Thursday mornings, overnight lows in the upper 30s, and then Friday, 63. Now, what I want to point out with the 7-day is we're staying consistent for a change. No more roller coaster. This is where we should be for this time of the year.
Yeah, even with a low